We
Here through the frosty air they'll go.
Oh no!
Oh no, you didn't cue it up.
Wait,
Go back to the beginning. Go
okay,
back to the
okay.
beginning.
Wait,
All right, pretend
we
you
have-
didn't see that. Pretend you
wait,
didn't see
wait.
that. All right, here we go.
have a
All right,
habit of starting
Start
things
over.
poorly, don't
start
we?
over.
I saw your video last week, by the way. Okay, here we go.
You mean the second one I posted?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Jingle, 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 you will hear my sleigh bells ring.
I am old Kris Kringle,
I'm
and the king of jingling.
Jingle,
Welcome
jingle,
into the Ron Ross Radio Show podcast. Woohoo! Today is Tuesday, and December 19th. We are officially less than a week away from Christmas.
Woohoo!
My name is
Nice.
Ron, and that is John, that dude over there.
Nope,
Nope,
I switched it.
That dude
Over
over
here.
there. You did switch.
I know.
John Jaglinski, thank you so much for hanging out with us for our Christmas show. Yeah.
Yay! Cue the snow.
I was going to drink some eggnog, and I've got loaded and virgin nog, but I decided to go with the Santa Coke. I went and looked all over the grocery store for the Santa Coca-Colas. Now it's not on the bottle,
Okay.
but it's
Right.
in the 6-pack. And I'm
All
telling you what, man, I'm telling you,
They just taste better.
It just tastes better. It's all I'm saying.
Right.
Well, you have bottled Cokes in your Coke machine, right?
I no, I have canned Coke. Sorry, it's a canned 1980s Coke machine in my bottom level. But it's still they just taste better coming out of a machine too. Than out of your fridge. They're
so much
colder.
carbonation, by the way. So I'm gonna have to go make sure that I hit the button because I'm gonna be burping all morning.
Way to go. Yeah. Get it ready.
Welcome in. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Okay, the cough button.
Welcome into our podcast. John and I, in case you can tell, we are giddy with anticipation and excitement for the holiday, which is less than a week away. If you see a Christmas story and it says the Christmas, glorious Christmas on which the entire kid year revolves, no, this guy here too. This guy right here. I mean, I enjoy spring and summer and going on vacation and fall and the leaves and all, but this is it right here. My entire year revolves around this time of year. I just love every stupid, stinking thing about it. I love all of it. Hallmark movies. I go, the daughter, the elder, she said, "Hey, Dad, we should go shopping, like go to the mall." Because we're doing the Greatest Wife Ever does all our shopping online. And everything's organized. She's got an Excel spreadsheet with all the things. Everything's even. Everything's even between the two girls. Dollar amount and gift numbers.
Right.
The number of presents are also the same.
You have to do that.
She does all of that. But the daughter, the elder, was like, "We need to go." Now we couldn't make it this year because just life got in the way. But she said, "I have reconstructed the tape. I had a cassette tape that I got from actually a guy I worked with. John, did you ever work with Buddy Reiser? You never worked with Buddy Reiser?
Dude, Buddy DJ'd my wedding.
Okay. All right. Well, I don't remember these things.
Buddy.
Buddy. From DC 101. All right. Okay. Anyway, Buddy.
Here comes.
I'm taking a drink of a Santa Coke. If you're listening to the podcast.
Are those ones that are made in Mexico Cokes or
no, it's high fructose corn syrup, but it's not sugar, but that's all right.
Because I saw that in the grocery store too the other day.
Right. The
sugar? Mexico Coke, the actual cane sugar Coke.
Cane sugar Coke, yeah.
That people claim is far superior.
You know what? I wouldn't know. I haven't bought any, but I will try that next time in Mexico, I think. But I don't know if I'm gonna buy it. But anyway, I digress. Okay, what was I talking about?
Girl?
I don't remember now.
The list, the even presents, things like that.
She wanted to go shopping to go into the stores because we just even if we don't have anything to buy, we just like walking around. I just like walking around in the den. I'm very patient in the parking lot with people, and I'll park 1,000 yards away. I don't care. I've got legs. I'll walk.
Sure.
I don't need to be right next to the entrance of the store. In
But
Clement
isn't it
weather,
sweet
okay,
when you
that's
get
the
that
problem.
spot though? Come on.
What's that?
Isn't it sweet when you just pull into the aisle and suddenly that first spot or second
I
spot is
learned
open?
okay, funny you should say that, John, because I learned something a
Squirrel.
couple of years ago, which
Okay.
is it really is just a law of averages. If you
Yeah.
drive around for 5 minutes, you will
Right.
find a close spot. Give yourself 5 minutes driving around up and down the aisles. Somebody will. The law is,
It's like
somebody's
hitting the
gonna
lottery
leave.
though, when you
Yeah, it's pretty
when you
cool.
pull in
Well,
and you
there's one
don't
when
have to go around
yeah.
and it's just like
When it's already there.
right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. And you're looking around. Did I steal it from anybody? No, we're
Yeah.
good.
No,
Okay, we're
no,
good.
good.
All right, good,
There we
good.
go.
And then people driving by giving you dirty looks. And
By the way,
anyway,
William is wishing you or he's hoping he gets a bicycle for Christmas.
is that William from Charlotte? Because I was going to mention him in just a second.
Okay, go ahead.
But first things first.
We digress.
I wanted to explain why there was no podcast last week. We did have a little health issue in the family. It wasn't me. Actually, it was daughter the elder. Daughter the elder had a pancreatitis attack.
Yikes.
So she was in the hospital, and for 4 days.
Yikes.
It is for 4 days, she was not eating anything. No food, no solid food, nothing. She couldn't drink anything. She had ice chips, and that's it. Because they had to wait for their pancreas to calm down because they wanted to go in and take out her gallbladder. There were gallstones, but they weren't blocking any. Anyway, I'm giving away all this stuff.
Right.
Anyway,
I'm sure she's thrilled.
She was in a large amount of pain.
No, I mean,
a
thrilled
lot
that you're
of
sharing
pain.
now. This
Well, I'm just
detail.
saying.
Go
Well,
ahead.
you've met daughter the elder. She's been
No,
on the show.
I
I'm just
know.
telling you that's what happened. So we did nothing else
Right.
but go to the hospital, and then I would go to work, and then I would go to the hospital afterwards. And I'm telling you, man, we got our steps in that hospital. They just keep expanding it.
Yeah.
You go in this one door, and she was all the way at the. Pardon me. Oh no, I didn't do it. Okay, it was all the way. It was all the way at the other end of the hospital. I mean, it's just walking, and I was trying to get my commuter walk up. I used to have a commuter walk when I was walking to and from the train, and
Right.
when
I
was working in
remember
Washington,
this.
DC. Yeah.
Mhm.
With your backpack on, and you just
Yes.
oh, there was another one. Sorry, this is what happens when you.
It's going to be a problem.
I need to refuel my Santa Coke.
Wow. Santa Coke. Tasty.
God.
All I have is water. I didn't prepare.
That is
I didn't know we were doing a burp
so
fest.
good. I feel like Will Ferrell in Old School. It's so good when it goes down your throat. All right, so that's where she was. So the surgery went off without a hitch. So she was fine with that, and then they took a day for her to recover, and then she's back home. And now we were over at her house this morning because we had to take grand dude, the GS1, into school because she still can't drive. So we had to take him into school. But she was chipper and moving around, and it was great to see her because last week was in a hospital bed. So I wasn't in a podcasty mood. My apologies, but that's what happened.
Understand.
So we moved on. But she's good. She is good, and those are the important things for this holiday season. Is she's healthy, and now all the pain that they had been working on for a year. I won't say misdiagnosis, but it was a missed MISSED misdiagnosis for about a year. But I understand it's a guessing game, and you got to do all of this, and you got to finally funnel it all down and try this test and try this test and that test until you finally get it down, unless the symptoms are immediately clear. Oh, yeah, that's a broken arm, which this wasn't like that. So I get that. So I understand that the doctor's job is extremely difficult to try to, you're doing detective work, but it's a lot of trial and error trying to figure out, all right, well, this symptom's presenting as whatever. But she had an acute attack, and right after we did our Christmas cookies, the day we did our Christmas cookies on Sunday, where we make our Polish cookie, John, Hruszczyki. Have you ever had Hruszczyki, John?
I honestly, I'm not sure.
Okay.
Certainly not recently, that's for sure.
It's there. They couldn't be called fried bow ties, but basically it's a strip of dough. It's a sweet
Okay.
dough.
Yeah.
Strip of dough. You roll it out so it's nice and flat, and you cut it into strips, and you put a slit in the middle, and you pass one end through the other, and then
Okay.
you deep fry it, and then you put powdered sugar on it, and then after that powdered sugar melts because it was put on a hot cookie, then you put even more powdered sugar on it.
I'm in.
And that's chruściki. So that's from the Polish side of my family, right?
Yeah.
And so we did that, and then we that was on Sunday, and then Monday morning, she went into the hospital. So that's the story about last week. All right, moving on. I'm at work at Key 103 in Frederick, Maryland, doing the afternoon drive show.
Right.
And which is 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. afternoon drive.
Tune in on your app.
Everybody's coming home. It's called the Ron Ross Ride Home. And yes, you can listen to key103radio.com and click on listen live.
Do you have traffic?
I do have traffic.
You got a copter?
We don't have a copter.
Oh.
No, we have a traffic. Traffic 70 is always backed up. You're on the brakes from before Frederick, getting all the way through Frederick, and then going up over South Mountain,
right,
and going into Washington County, heading up into Hagerstown. There's always a backup on 81, 270 right. From DC. Forget it. It's it's backed up from Father Hurley Boulevard all the way up through. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yes. Is your weather together?
I don't. You know what? I don't do the weather.
Oh, you don't? No weather?
Don't do the weather on the show.
No weather.
Nah. I mean, I'll give a headline
from the National Weather Service.
No. I'll give a headline. If it's going to snow, I'll let you know.
Oh,
if it's something big, but I mean, if it's going to be mostly
together,
I'm not a news station. I'm playing music. It's the most.
Well, I got you. I've never heard of that.
No.
Like literally,
no, I like
every
that.
I ever worked at, even if it was music, always at the 50 break would do
2023, dude. 2023. Yeah. Look, I've got 3 apps that give the weather.
That's a good point.
You don't need me to take up space giving the weather. Telling you it's mostly
meteorologist.
Mostly sunny 55. I don't need you. You already know. Look outside your window. You know that.
Right. Okay.
If something bad is coming, then I will give.
Do they do that in morning drive though? Or I'm sorry, I'm taking us way off course, but I'm wondering about the state of radio today.
Yeah, no, they do it in the morning drive. Yeah, it'll be
okay. But just afternoon drive, it's like you just want to get home. You've already figured out the day pretty much.
Again, if it's going to be inclement weather, something's going to be happening. Snow's coming in tonight or whatever. Expect 1.5 inches tomorrow morning. Then yeah, I will. But I'll give a But I don't do the weather. We don't. None of that. Weather jingles. All of that's over. Current temperature right now outside. No.
The real feel.
I gave a lot of weatherisms, but that's one of my pet peeves.
I know.
Are the weatherisms currently right now outside.
Outside.
Why I wouldn't be giving a past temperature from inside, would I?
Well, maybe.
Currently right now outside. It's 55 degrees outside. Good. What is it inside?
No one cares. I'm just curious.
So no, I don't do. No. Right. But we do have traffic. So anyway, I'm doing an afternoon show, and I have and I get a lot of great phone calls, and especially when they're answering the question of the key question of the day. I've changed the name to the key because it's fun.
Oh, look at you,
key! Yeah, that's key.
And
also, it's now Key Factor Fiction is one of the other games, and the So I've changed it. Anyway,
Factor Fiction.
I just get a call out of the blue.
Okay.
And I just, and the strobe light goes off because it doesn't ring.
Right.
Unless you're looking over at the actual phone bank, you're not going to know that you're getting a phone call.
Correct.
Because the little light will light on the line, but unless you're looking at it, you're not going to know. Mm-hmm. And so they've hooked up a strobe that goes off, and you're like, "Oh, phone call!"
Makes sense. Yeah.
So I pick it up, and I'm Key 103, and it's like, "Hey, dude, I missed you from the morning show that you used to do, and I just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to tell you, I hope you and your family are doing well, and that you have a great holiday." And so we reconnected, and this guy is named William, and William was calling from Charlotte, North Carolina. And the reason here's why I bring this up is because I mean I know it sounds very self-serving, and I apologize, and I don't mean to do it like that. My point was though, I'm like, William, how's it going? It's great, and he was listening to Key 103 on the app in
Mhm.
Charlotte, which is great. So he's listening to the show, and I get what he's saying. He's like, look, it's not the same from when you were doing mornings, and I'm like, yeah, I understand that, I get that.
Mhm.
I have some of the elements from the morning show, but it's not, hey, let's take on the day. This is now, oh my God, let's just get home.
Right.
Please.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
grab something to eat and veg in front of the TV and prepare for another day.
Yes.
And but my point is though, I'm like, hey, have you listened to the podcast? He didn't know about the podcast. That's why
There
I'm
you
bringing
go.
it up.
Wow.
So he is now actually has joined us for a podcast for the first time. And he also said, what is this? William
This is
said,
the
E103 R squared weathercast.
Weathercast.
R squared. Yes, RR.
Yeah,
I get it.
R-
Ron.
R Squared Productions.
So, and he also has he has a YouTube channel, I believe.
Okay.
I vacay every day, I think. I was gonna go check it out. I haven't checked it out yet, but William, put it in the comments there. Make sure I get it right. I vacay every day. But anyway, I wanted to say thanks to William. It was a very, very nice phone call, and I really do appreciate it. But it also illustrates the point that I haven't gotten word out about the podcast, and I need to get the
Yes, you do.
that's on me. That's on me. So I got look. See, William, you've got all. Look at our friends.
Yes.
We're welcoming you. Napua has welcomed you in our comment section.
This has Jennifer.
But I wanted to give a shout out. What's going on? I wanted to give a shout out to William. I thought it was a very nice phone call, and I really appreciate that.
But you know, Ron, I'd like to recognize you as a rising creator on Facebook.
Me?
Yeah, you keep getting recognized. So somehow we're not getting the word out, but you're rising in your creator.
I'm rising in my creating.
Yes.
Must be all that yeast I've been eating.
It's good.
All right. So hey, it's good for you. Well, thank for that. So we did there you go. YouTube and TikTok. I vacay every day. That's what I thought it was.
Yeah.
William posted that. So yeah.
And while you're checking out Williams, go over to @Intercot, INTERCOT, and subscribe to me too.
As well.
Yeah.
John's got well, why don't you remind him what your podcast is about?
Oh, it's the Intercot Insider Disney Podcast, but it's one of the oldest Walt Disney World travel sites on the internet. We've been online for 26 years,
and it's about
we are like
Disney.
The OG.
It's like Disney parks, though, and they'll get into movies and so on, but it's really about
but
you know, the attractions and
if you love Disney, just hang out with us. It's cool. It's cool. Subscribe, download, do all those things, you know, where the hearts show up on the screen and the fingers press things. Do all those things.
So yes, please do, because John has in addition to his full-time job and his podcast has so thankfully brought this to fruition and put this up on the air. Anyway,
right. Moving on.
Saturday was the our Christmas party extravaganza. We've been putting it on since 1998. 1998. We moved here into this house in 96. So 98 was when we threw our first Christmas party for that.
Wow.
And and John couldn't make it because he lives in the Low Country and in
Sorry
South
about that.
Carolina. And
we're a week earlier.
It's all good, buddy.
I would have.
So no, I understand. And the thing was that because our daughter was in the hospital, we didn't do anything for the party. So I just wanted to commend the greatest wife ever, because daughter the elder was discharged from the hospital, and then we had Friday and all day Saturday to get this all together, because we didn't take it off the books, because the daughter said, "Don't cancel it. Don't you dare cancel it. Keep going."
Oh, I thought you were gonna for a little
I
bit.
I said that day when she went into the hospital, I said, "That's it. Let's cancel it." And she said, "Do not cancel it." I'm like, come on, man.
No pressure.
Right. So, I mean, and I'm just going to make this casual observation, because it's just
okay.
And I don't like to get political, and I don't. That's not what this show is
Here
about.
we go.
No.
Okay. All right.
It's nothing like that, John.
All right. Okay.
But I walked through Sam's Club,
Okay.
And we're not members of Sam's Club, but we were there to get stuff for the party, right?
Okay.
To get food and so on, because
Right.
they have all this food. And I was marveling at the amount of food in this place. I mean, just
Yeah.
grilled chicken alone,
Yeah.
grilled chicken breasts already
Right.
prepared, vacuum
Right.
packed in a big pack is probably, I don't know, 2 pounds, 2 pounds of chicken. I wouldn't have to do anything. I'd have to open it up, throw it in the microwave, and I'm done. And it's
Correct.
grilled chicken, packs and packs and packs and packs and packs of just that. So
Right.
multiply that times however many Sam's Clubs there are across the US. And it's just my mind was boggled by the amounts of food that was around and product, not just with the products, but really the food, all of the huge,
Yes.
excuse me, pardon
I
me.
feel like they should, while you're burping, I feel
Yes.
like they should do one of those, how the food that made America or whatever. I would love to know the logistics, because when I went to our local, we have a super Kroger here, and maybe some of you don't have that in your part of the country, but their own, like they own Fry's and a couple other big store, but it's major grocery store. And I went in. That we must be on the same wavelength, Ron, because like a couple weeks ago, I went in there and I was looking at the variety of crap and just wondering, oh my gosh, well, how do you know how much to make of this prepared meal that you're not going to have too much waste and that you're still going to make a profit? And you start like thinking about these things, and
Oh,
it's I want to know. I want to see the back end. Like I want to know what goes into running a huge grocery store, grocery chain like that. I
well,
want logistics.
I was thinking of that, but I was also thinking of the many people who don't have anything.
Well, true.
And I'm just
And I hope that
I'm
they
looking at
get
this
some of
land
the
of plenty, and I'm like,
right.
this is
It's a good point as well.
I don't even I didn't even know how to formulate thoughts. I was there for a purpose because I wanted to buy this stuff for the party, but then there was a little bit of guilt that was creeping in because I've got this
Right.
ability to,
Right.
I think it's the comedian Patton Oswalt. I love Patton Oswalt, by the way. Look up all of his stand up and watch all of it. But he said, going to a grocery store is kind of, it's a very Roman thing. Line up all of your products along the shelves for me to walk by and review, and I will decide if I would like this cereal, something like that.
Right.
But anyway, it was just a little. When I got home, I'm like, I went to work, and I'm like talking to one of my coworkers, and I'm like, oh my God. I mean, because I don't go to Sam's Club usually. I mean, I go to the regular grocery store. But for some reason, it didn't hit me until I was there in a 4-story building,
Right.
with floor
It
to
hits you at a different
ceiling,
level. Yeah.
huge jars of mayonnaise and
Right.
cases going all the
Right.
way up to the ceiling. And you're like, I'm not a
Well,
restaurant. I don't need the supply.
I think a lot. I mean, just to the point, I think a lot of these major stores and things like this have some kind of a give back program where stuff is then coming
Oh,
off the shelves and then go to
right.
feed the hungry and stuff like that. I
Good.
get it.
I'm not faulting them for that.
No,
I'm not faulting them for, I mean, I'm
but
sure there are,
it
but
is. There's
there
there
was
is
a thing when
certainly,
I
yeah.
walked in there, my mind was just boggling like,
Right.
what is
Well,
this? It's
yeah,
crazy.
it is. I mean, buying in bulk is
I just
I mean,
realized
they serve the restaurant community and stuff like that too. What?
yes, that's true. They do. I just realized greatest way I've ever put a Christmas present in the background there. She's standing on top of my stereo. That is my stereo, by the way. If you're watching the video of this on
Right.
YouTube or on Facebook, then that is the stereo that I grew up with. That's mom and dad's little stereo.
Your
Sony.
hi-fi.
This is the hi-fi. And I put one of my Christmas records on last week, man. Oh God, took me back immediately. All right. So okay,
Yes.
I'm off my
No, it's okay.
I wasn't trying not to pontificate. I was just bringing up the fact that it was
It's a good point though.
it was
You know
it
what?
was
If
it
you
was
get a
hard for
chance,
me to reconcile in my mind as I walked around, like
you know what? Take that what
in
Ron
the
said.
land of plenty,
Right.
especially this time of year.
Take what Ron said and do something nice for somebody you don't know this holiday season.
Give them
It's
a
a tough
Santa
thing
card.
to do. A Santa Coke. I mean, it could be. It could be giving a Coke and a smile, right? That was an advertising campaign,
No,
to a
I told
worker who's out in the cold and needs a refreshment. Just take a second. Do one.
you know what?
I'm charging everyone who listens to this darn podcast to do one act of kindness this holiday season to a stranger.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent like that, but it was just one of those things that it affected me deeply for like the next day. I'm just like,
yeah. No, it makes sense.
And I drive by the place every day, and you're like, how many are there in the country? Anyway, all right, I'm getting off the point. So this is the Christmas week. At the end of this week, I mean, it's not too early to celebrate, or it's not. The music is everywhere. I try to listen to Christmas music like all the time now. I don't listen to anything other than Christmas music.
You're in that mode.
Another one. Yeah, I'm in that mode.
Grief.
I'm sorry. That's fine. It's full of carbonation.
Is somebody counting? Like, we should count the burps in this episode.
I'm being quiet though. I'm being quiet about it. One time, Jenny and I,
Charlie, burp.
We're driving in the car. We're going camping, right? And we're all excited about going camping. So we went. Charlie,
floating. Yeah.
Saw Wonka last night. So I'll tell you about that.
Okay, go ahead.
And so she had a can of Coke and I had a can of Coke, and we're driving full can, right?
Yeah.
And so we're both chugging it to see how much gas we could get to get the quality. We had to get there were three things. There's duration, there's volume, and then there's the quality of the burp.
Right.
And hands down, greatest way I've ever beat me every time.
Wow.
She's good. She's good at it. What was an entire can? It's not like she walks around burping all the time.
As long as it's that kind of gas, we're good.
It was an entire can of Coca-Cola.
Go ahead.
Okay, so
we'll get that later, by the way, folks.
This is the movie week now. In the evening, you're right. You're right. I'll get that later when I listen to it.
It's okay.
Sorry.
All right.
I got it. I'll text him later. Oh, that was funny, John.
Oh, that was funny, John. Yeah,
as long as it's coming up.
Yeah,
I got it.
Go.
Okay, so the point is, I'm trying to get to some movies that we've been watching, and one of my favorite stories, obviously, of all time of the holiday season is A Christmas Carol, Charles Dickens. I've listened to the audiobook, I've read the book, and then several times already, and I've seen the Jim Carrey Disney version with the motion capture. If you got to get past the dead doll's eyes and the uncanny valley, but still, it's done very, very well. The George C. Scott version from the 80s is also excellent. The thing I like about that one is the Ghost of Christmas Present, when he rebukes Scrooge. They're in Cratchit's house, and Scrooge asks if Tiny Tim's going to die. And he says, well, if he's going to die, then let him die and decrease the surplus population. So he's bringing that point back to Scrooge. Those were Scrooge's words. And then he's like, it may be in the sight of heaven that you are more worthless than millions like this poor man's child. I'm like, oh, yes, that's a great scene. That's a good one. And of course, I bring up the musical Scrooge all the time from 1970 with Albert Finney.
Right.
But there are a lot of people who are of the Reginald Owen, like going back to the black and white movie days. There are two big ones, Alistair Sim and Reginald Owen of A Christmas Carol. But I haven't really seen, and then, then TNT, I think, did one with Patrick Stewart in I want to say the 90s or the 2K. It might have been the 90s, which is pretty true to the book. It's interesting because if you know the book, it's interesting to see how they've changed some of the speeches or wording because, Dickens can get rather wordy. And so they try to, to narrow it down a little bit and get a little bit more of the point across in less time, especially when you're writing for the screen. And, but I just think it's okay. Now, Melissa just sent us a comment and said The Muppet Christmas Carol is the best, LOL. And I've seen it. And here's the key, I think, because Michael Caine plays Scrooge in this.
Yes, he does.
And I think the thing that is key with this is that no pun intended, key 103, is that Michael Caine said he played it straight. He did not pretend he was acting with Muppets or puppets
Yeah.
or any of that stuff. He played Scrooge like he would have played it in any other production. And I think that's what sets it completely across and sets it aside from any other production, is that he did such an incredible job doing that. I have not seen, I believe it or not, and I love all Christmas carols. There was a musical version that was on in the 90s, 2K, starring Kelsey Grammer. And it was a
I
musical
saw that.
production. Is it good? I don't know.
I remembered thinking it was decent.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I mean, again, like you said, 2Ks could be 23 years ago. I mean,
Right.
So
that is, well, I just wanted to bring that up because that's one of those I've seen the George C. Scott version, I've seen the Reginald Owen version, I've seen Scrooge the musical, and I've seen the Jim Carrey version. So I'm trying to think of, and I'm saving the best for last, which is Scrooged, the Bill Murray,
right. It's hard to beat. Hard to beat.
Although I did recommend, or I said Spirited, which is Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds, and it's on Apple TV Plus.
Still have
And
not seen
then I got a comment last week from one of our friends, Jennifer Skull knows, that she watched it on my recommendation.
Yeah.
And she said the boys liked it, so I guess her son and her husband, but she was out. I'm like, wow, really interesting. I was okay.
The guys movie, I guess.
Yeah, the guys are into
Somebody
it.
please keep count, would you? I should be putting the number up on the screen.
The burp count? That was 2.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when you have a Coca.
2?
2. Well, that was 2 right there. Oh, 2. All right, I got it. I got it, John. That's it. All right. We need to explain that reference, by the way. That's an inside joke, again, very inside baseball between John and me.
Yes.
There was a tape before the days of viral videos and before the days of all that. Radio people would circulate cassettes.
Yeah.
Of different things. One John gave me, which was called Full Load.
Yeah. We'll let your imagination roll.
It was right.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. There was another one though that went around everywhere, and it was an outtake from Casey. Easy. There was an outtake of Casey Kasem recording an American Top 40.
Right.
And he goes off on a tangent about he's mad because he was coming out of an upbeat song, and then he had to go in, and then he had to go
make that transition
and it was a letter somebody had written to him about their dog that had passed away, but he's getting really angry. Yeah. Snuggles the dog. And I'm trying, and you know what, if you look it up on YouTube, and there's a lot of foul language.
It's a song about kids and pets and a situation everyone can understand.
Yeah. And I'm coming out of the record again. I can't believe it. I got to come out of another into a death dedication into a dead dog.
Dog guy. And then he goes, yeah.
And we've all been there. We've all been there.
Ramps up.
This is like the last straw, because he's
Yeah.
ramping up, and you can just tell that he's about, and he does, and he loses it on this rant.
Right.
Then there's another section where he's doing promos for different cities that the American Top 40 is going to be in. And he said, make sure you listen to American Top 40 tomorrow morning at 2. And he stops and
this night and every Sunday night at 2.
2? He realizes now
that his show is airing at 2
on at 2 a.m.
Ridiculous.
He's not very happy about it.
No, look up that Casey Kasem rant on YouTube, and
that's where
do not have any young children around.
No. It's just for you. Throw your headphones on.
Yeah.
All right, John, are you ready?
Yeah. Am I ready? Yeah.
Are you ready? Okay. Because it's time.
Yes.
You get a great amount of working, fire off the synapses, engage for the low form new neural networks, utilize the cerebrum, as Pooh says. It's time to
think. Think.
Ding! It's the dun 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 question of the day.
Yes,
And this is
yes,
for
yes,
pride,
yes.
not prize. And
Of
I'm
course.
especially proud of this question of the day. All right.
All right.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go.
I'm ready.
The songwriter of this holiday classic was in the La Quinta Hotel in
La
beautiful,
Quinta.
sunny Southern California. After he wrote it, he called his secretary and said, quote, I want you to take down a song I wrote over the weekend. Not only is it the best song I ever wrote, it's the best song anybody ever wrote.
Mm. Wow.
What
Wow.
song is it? All right, here it is one more time. It's scrolling at the bottom of your screen if you're watching on YouTube
Yes,
or
or
on
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yep.
The songwriter of this holiday classic was, it should be was, not what, was in the La Quinta Hotel in beautiful,
Typo.
sunny Southern California. After he wrote it, he called his secretary and said, quote, I want you to take down a song I wrote over the weekend. Not only is it the best song I ever wrote, it's the best song anybody ever wrote. What is this song? All right.
Enter now. And
good luck.
good luck. This
I
is
take
a
another
tough
drink
one.
of my
I
Coca-Cola.
think.
Yeah? Oh, did you hear? I just called it Coca-Cola. That's what Daughter the Elder used to call it. Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola?
When she was little.
Hmm.
You know,
Nice.
babyisms. Do you remember the babyisms from your toddlerisms from your kids?
Yeah. I'm like trying to think what my kids.
That'll be a topic for a show for another time.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I know Daughter the Younger would say, can you see me in the ruby mirror in the car? The ruby mirror.
A ruby mirror. It would be nice to have a ruby mirror.
I like that one. All right, here we go.
We got some answers here.
Oh, do we? All right, well, here's the question one more time.
I'm very skeptical, by the way, of the ones.
The songwriter of this holiday classic. Holiday classic is an important part of the question, by the way. I hope I didn't blow past that. The songwriter of this holiday classic was in the La Quinta Hotel in beautiful, sunny Southern California. After he wrote it, he called his secretary and said, quote, I want you to take down a song I wrote over the weekend. Not only is it the best song I ever wrote, it's the best song anybody ever wrote. What song is it?
Can I ask a question before we go to the answers that are?
Oh, you need me to clarify? Go ahead.
No, I'm just curious. Does the fact that they were staying in a La Quinta hint at all to the song or the type of song? Or
it does, because they were in beautiful, sunny Southern California. That's correct.
Okay. I was figuring that might be part of a clue there. Okay, ready?
It is. That's why I put it in there.
There we go.
Okay.
All right.
Go. Is Napua the first answer?
Yes.
Napua was correct. It's
really?
White Christmas. White Christmas.
Wow. Okay,
that is correct.
Let's look what everybody else said.
Christmas. What
Celeste?
else?
Look at that.
Nice. Okay.
Unfortunately.
Oh, Jennifer. Stop it, John.
Sorry.
No, that's fine.
Jim? Yeah, look at that.
You got it. All right.
This one, I actually thought maybe this was the answer. That's funny.
Oh,
that's
no,
classic. Yes.
No, apparently the Irving Berlin wrote White Christmas.
Yeah.
And hang on, let me pull. I can't believe I closed the page because it's also become, it's not only the best selling Christmas song of all time, it's also the best selling single of all time. So actually, whether
has Mariah not eclipsed that yet?
No, Mariah's not even close, dude.
I don't know. I'm just asking.
She's not even close when it comes to singles of all time.
All I Want for Christmas Is You.
No, not at all. Now, here's why I put in the fact that he was in the La Quinta Hotel in beautiful, sunny Southern California. This is the first verse that they most people cut out, and they don't sing this part.
Right.
The sun is shining, the grass is green, the orange and palm trees sway. There's never been such a day in Beverly Hills, LA. but it's December the 24th, and I'm longing to be up north. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. He's dreaming of a white Christmas because he's in beautiful southern sunny California.
California.
He wrote White Christmas, which, by the way,
just like the ones I used to know.
I like the other one. Is it done by the Mills Brothers?
Santa Claus. Bum, bum. Oh, the traffic is horrible out here. Hey, you! That wasn't very nice, lady.
That's also in Home Alone. That's yeah, he's singing it. He's combing his hair after he gets out of the shower.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
That's a good version. And then, of course, nobody beats the Bing Crosby version. And which did not come from the movie White Christmas. The movie White Christmas was written after.
Right.
It was already a hit.
It
came from the movie Holiday Inn. And actually, Irving Berlin thought Easter Parade was going to be a bigger song than White Christmas. But White Christmas just struck a nerve with everybody. And the beautiful, dulcet, golden tones of the baritone. Bing Crosby, Mom took a bubble bath before breakfast.
So, do you remember when they would have like Bing on the Warner Brothers cartoons, like all the old,
of course, and he had a pipe and a okay. All right, okay. We now
we're here to amuse ourselves sometimes. People.
That brings up
Go ahead.
That brings up a great point. I think.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, you know what? And I was talking about this goes all the way back to the beginning of the podcast because I got off on a tangent because we were talking about Buddy Reiser, and he had put together this Christmas tape of all these songs, and that's the one that Daughter the Elder, she says, I think I have reconstructed it. It was a cassette. Okay. And he let me borrow it, and I was supposed to copy it, and I never gave it back. And Buddy's watching this. I'm sorry, dude.
Sorry, buddy.
But it was songs in a specific order. You know, it's got it's the Beach Boys, but it's not Merry Christmas comes this time. It's not that one. It's another one. It's not that one. It's another one. But anyway, and it's so she has to have that. She reconstructed it, she said, on her Apple Music. And I've reconstructed it somewhat on my Spotify. Okay. But when it comes to favorite holiday songs, and John, you brought this up a while ago, and that is you have to split it up. You have to split it up into different genres because you really can't. Some of them are apples and oranges. You really can't.
It's true.
Put them all together and lump them all into one category holiday song. For instance, if it's going to be a rock song, and Billy Squier, Christmas is the Time to Say I Love You is up there, and Do They Know It's Christmas is up there. And
that's a good one.
But I'm going to have to say, in my humble opinion, when it comes to rock Christmas songs, Father Christmas from the Kinks
that's a good one.
A number one for me.
Yeah.
And it seems like it's it's fine. I may have talked about this on the podcast before, and it seems like, it's funny. Father Christmas, give me some money. We got no time for your silly toys. But you got to listen to the whole song because Ray Davies, has a way with putting a hidden meaning or maybe not so hidden meaning in the lyrics. And give my daddy a job because he needs one. He's got lots of mouths to feed. So this guy is playing Father Christmas, but he gets roughed up by these neighborhood kids who, life's not going so well. So if Father Christmas give you some money, they're talking to him because they're not doing so well. And then there's what you call a bridge. And there was a lead break and then a bridge where the singer is now, have yourself a Merry, Merry Christmas, have yourself a good time. But remember the kids who got nothing while you're drinking down your wine. So that song is number one in the rock category. When it comes to the classic, I'm torn because I have. Hang on, John, talk. I got to get something. Hold on.
Okay, he's gonna go get something. All right, I'm not sure what he's gonna get, but there we go. He's off. I think rock wise, like trying to think of my favorite songs while Ron is putting his headphones back on. What are we looking at?
Album I grew up with right here. This is the album. Now, Goodyear Tires, this is done by Columbia Records, but Goodyear Tires gave these out, or you could buy them at
Goodyear Tires
at gas stations. All right.
Oh, right. Back
Great
in the day.
songs of Christmas. Back in the day when they would come out and fill up your tank and squirt and wash your windshield, full service stations. They sold Christmas albums. This is the one I grew up with. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit of an offbeat. Because of course you have the standards. You've got the Christmas song from Nat King Cole. And of course that's a wonderful one. But I'm going to say the one that really does it for me that I love and it's from this album. And you're talking a 4 or 5-year-old kid, and man, I was swinging. And it's these two people right here, Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet, doing their version of Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. When we finally kiss good, they kill it.
Nailed it.
When it comes to classics, it's very swing. It's very ring-a-ding-ding, baby. It's definitely mid-century holiday. It's just, I love everything about it. But this is the album. I have to listen to this album every year, and I'm always in tears because it just reminds me of growing up and my mom and all of that stuff. So, Johnny Mathis is on here. Barbara Streisand.
Babs.
Barbara Streisand, very proudly Jewish, singing 2 incredible great songs on here. I think she pulls off a Silent Night, and she does the Ave Maria.
Yeah, Neil Diamond's got some good ones too.
Yes, he does.
I love the Neil Diamond Christmas.
I just think it's great that those are and then when it comes to hymns, because there are a lot of great Christmas hymns.
Yes.
There's Joy to the World is great, and Mariah's version of Oh Holy Night is fantastic. But I'm gonna go to Handel's Messiah, but it's not the song that you think it is, because the Hallelujah chorus is actually the Easter song. That is because that's after after Jesus, after the crucifixion and the raising, on Easter Sunday, he's back. So that's what the Hallelujah. The actual Christmas song from Messiah is called For Unto Us a Child is Born. And goosebumps for me. They don't sing it in church because obviously these are professional.
Yeah, you're not going to get that from your.
But if you get a Mormon Tabernacle Choir, I have the London Philharmonics version.
Right.
You get them. For unto us a child is born.
Is that how it goes?
Oh, it's Handel.
All right.
It's Handel, and I'll
listen to that one.
It is ornate. I mean, oh man. Nice. And then the strings come in. Dun, 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 dun. I don't even know the words. I just love it so much. All right, John. I've taken up a lot of time.
No,
it's your turn.
Fine.
Your turn.
All right. Which one do we have to go through first?
Went rock. Let's do rock first.
So I told you I have this weird song that I like, and it goes back to, I don't know, back in the days where you would go to record stores and you would just buy stuff, and because it had a cool album cover or something.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
And I bought a Paul Hyde and the Payolas record. I didn't know much about Paul Hyde at the time, and he had a Christmas song on one of his albums, and still to this day, I kind of go back and I listen to that. So it's I mean,
what is it called? Do you know?
Oh, what the heck? It just went. Hang on, talk. Ron.
Just ran screaming into the back of your mind. All right, John's looking it up now. I did it to him. Now I'm doing
consulting the book of knowledge here.
The Google machine.
Oh, Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. Been a long year. Wish you were here. Is the chorus of that. So but it is. It's good. Christmas is coming. Look it up. Paul Hyde and the Payolas.
That's a good one.
But another one that is a little bit kind of depressing. I mean, kind of like the Kinks played on a couple different levels, but I love it for its progginess. Is Greg Lake's "I Believe in Father Christmas"?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. They said there'll be peace.
There's a little downer and kind of, but then it comes back at the end, and
Hallelujah, Noel. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, good one.
Have you heard U2's version of that?
No. I don't. Nobody's going to eclipse Greg Lake.
No, I didn't say it was better. I'm just saying. I know it's Bono, man. It's pretty strong. It's pretty strong. I'll give you that.
Let me see. What was the other categories that we were? The classic Christmas song.
Yeah.
Wow. Johnny Mathis, probably anything Johnny Mathis.
Anything. Most wonderful time of year.
Like Christmas.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you that.
I mean, just anything. Just grab the Johnny Mathis Christmas album. Like we had an album.
Was that the one you grew up with?
On the Hi-Fi.
On the Hi-Fi.
Or anything by the Ray Conniff Singers. Like at Christmas. No,
they're on here. They're on here.
It's just got that. It's got that Christmas sound to it.
It's their Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah,
Frosty the Snowman.
That's fantastic, by the way.
Right. New Christy Minstrels are on here.
Yeah,
we need a little Christmas.
Christmas. Those are just everything like we grew up on, and yeah, it's a good one. It's a good one. You got you got a good one there. All right, moving on.
Hymns,
and then we'll go pop songs, right?
Yeah.
Hymns, Silent Night, I just think is the classic quintessential.
That's a good one.
Hymn Christmas song sung in church. If you've got a good singer and can pull that off, really good.
It's funny because I have a hard time listening to the old hymns, especially in church, because I just get emotional.
Yeah, I know.
Did I tell you we were at my brother was playing? My brother was playing. Okay. I did tell this story, didn't I? There was another burp, by the way. I was
it's like 15
easily.
All right,
but he was playing, my brother, and he was playing at this Christmas on the Farm thing. And of course, after I gave him 5 minutes of, well, you should do this and do that and do this, typical older brother, just being, turn this up and turn that down and blah, blah, blah. And then he says, do you have any requests? And I'm like, I said, you know what? Silent Night was written on guitar.
Yes. That's
right?
A good one. Yeah.
So he's singing Silent Night because the organ was broken, by the way. Franz. I want to say his name was Gruber. It wasn't Hans.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I still got to do my pop song, but go ahead, Franz Gruber.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Book of Knowledge. Go ahead.
I am.
Okay.
This is a job for Wikipedia. Silent Night.
Dun.
Silent Night.
Would you like some?
Written by Franz Gruber. I know what I was talking about.
Wow.
Yeah, not Hans. Franz.
Hans and Franz.
Yeah. Hans
Pump
Franz.
you up.
Silent
Night. Pump you up.
All right. So anyway, pop song.
All right, pop song.
Yeah.
Okay. It's gonna go. Christmas is not Christmas without Amy Grant, and I will go with either Mary's Song or Grown Up Christmas List. Either one.
Oh, Grown Up Christmas List. That's a good one.
And her version of it. When I hear her voice,
man,
like literally, you talk about being brought to tears sometimes. Like I just hear that song and it's like, Yeah, both of those songs, by the way. So,
all right. So, Napua put up a comment and said, "In pop songs, John, please don't say Mariah."
Don't say Mariah.
Well, here's now why Mariah holds a special place in my heart, because that song came out in 94, I think 94, 96, 94.
Okay.
And on Black Friday, I just remember daughter, the elder, getting up, and it was quiet as a church in our house. Black Friday, after Thanksgiving. And I just hear this, just blasting from her room. Bling, bling, bling. Oh, I don't have so much for Christmas. And Jordan is just at the top of her lungs. Top of her lungs. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man. So it'll always be a great song for me.
It
Not just
is.
because of the song, but
It's
because of a great memory I have with that.
it's a
Pop songs,
fantastic song, but I mean, you know,
I hear, you know what? And I hear that Paul McCartney, Wonderful Christmas Time, it's on a lot of lists of hated songs. I love it. It brings back a lot of great memories for me. That one and Elton John's Step Into Christmas. You know that one?
Yeah.
You know Step Into Christmas?
Step into Christmas.
Only because I love that, because that was on that
Yeah, I know
tape
that
that I
one.
was telling you about.
Yeah.
Because the final in the chorus, step into Christmas, eat, drink, and be merry, come along with me, step into Christmas. The admission's free, right? But Daughter of the Elder thought it was be a Christmas tree. So she's like, why is it be a Christmas? So that's now what we sing.
We
And that's
really need
why
to do a whole show on missed music
his
lyrics.
lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that holds a special place in my heart with that song, because I just, I've got to have that blasting.
Yeah, those are good ones.
And Queen did a Christmas song. Thank God It's Christmas. That's really
Thank
good.
God it's Christmas. Yeah,
Bill Inspired, Christmas is the time to say I love you.
The time to say I love you.
That one in the 80s. There was a period in the 80s where they just kept putting out Christmas songs. Bryan Adams has one called Christmas Time.
Because they were doing that, what was it? The very special Christmas.
A very special Christmas. Was that on there? Well, okay. So that's got the Pretenders, their version of Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, and that's got Whitney Houston's.
You know what I heard a couple times last week that I forgot existed in the Walmart, in the Hilton Head Island Walmart, was a Cheap Trick redoing I Want You for Christmas. So I want you for Christmas.
No.
Oh,
did they really?
They legitimately did that. It was cringeworthy. And I love Cheap Trick. But I was like, oof. And they just rewrote the words.
I'll pass on that.
It was kind of like, I feel it in my fingers.
I feel it in my toes. Christmas is all around. Okay. Now, I will say there are a couple of songs that I'm not fond of. I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, the original, and and the Jackson 5's version.
No. Yeah.
Although I asked Grace's wife ever what her favorite one was, and she said Dominic the Donkey, the Christmas donkey. Jiggity jing, ee-aw, Dominic the Donkey.
Barking
You don't know
dogs.
Do you know that one?
Nope.
Dominic the Christmas Donkey? Oh, it's good. La 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 la. Anyway, that's so which is fine. No, yeah, I'm done with that. No, and Jingle Cats, and then
I set my dog off.
All I Want for Christmas is My Two Front Teeth. Those Little Jimmy Boyd, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Although one I think is really great. There are two. Actually, there are two. There is it's credited as Porky Pig singing Blue Christmas.
Oh my God, I love that.
But it's not. It's not. It's a comedian. I've seen the comedian. I can't think of his name. But he's on a radio show. And he's singing Blue Christmas. So the guy you hear laughing and losing his mind in the background is the DJ, is the morning show host.
Yeah.
And I don't know what radio station it was, but that was one of those viral tapes that went everywhere. And then somebody finally posted it, and it's up on YouTube. Look it up. It's Blue Christmas. I miss you, baby. And that's the line that sends the DJ off.
It's funny.
Another one is by the little
hippopotamus for Christmas.
No. There's one by the Little Stinkers. Now, when I worked at Hot 99.5 in DC, Mark K was the host. and he loved this song, and he would play it during Christmas time at least once a show.
Okay.
I farted on Santa's lap, and it's hilarious. It's great. Look it up. I don't know if it's on YouTube. You might have to.
That's
They decided to.
wrong, but okay.
By the way, that was another burp. You missed it. They decided to
16, 17.
Since they wrote it, they wanted to make money off it. They didn't want it to be out there for free. So good luck finding it. But I farted on Santa's lap by the Little Stinkers is also very, very funny.
By the Little Stinkers.
All right, John.
Yes.
We got to wrap it up. So
we do. Look at that. It's
why
noon.
don't you start with your holiday wishes when we send because we will not meet back here until the day after Christmas.
Holiday wishes.
John, if you are available. I don't know. We need to work this out because this will be our year. Was that a cat?
Yes, that
is our cat.
That would be Linus, who became Lioness when we found out.
Oh, as a girl, yeah, right. I talked to your wife about that. She was telling me. She was explaining it. She was explaining to me the subtle nuances of you misnaming and misgendering cats.
Yeah, twice we've done that. Whoops.
Well, she also said the vet had a hard time too. The vet's like, I don't know.
Vet was like, yeah, at 4 weeks old.
Either one.
Yeah, I don't know. You got me. Could be.
I don't know.
Not sure.
All right.
Yeah. What am I doing here? What my Christmas wish?
Yeah, you're saying goodbye.
Okay. Well, I just I hope everyone gets plenty of time to spend with their family and loved ones this year. And remember, life is short. Every moment counts. Make it the best. And call someone who you haven't talked to in a long time, and reach out and be that person. Be the bigger person, and wish them a Merry Christmas.
There you
and
go.
A blessed New Year.
Wow, geez, I don't have anything to add to that other than that was wonderful, John. I would just say, look, I hope Santa brings you everything that you want, and that you the magic of the holiday is wonderful. And if you have to work, I'm sorry, but hopefully you get some time together with family and friends, and you get to do something that you really, really enjoy. Because really, the quality of life is what it's all about. Nobody has it on their gravestone. Gee, I wish I spent more time at work.
Yep. Hey, before we go.
Yes.
Hi, John. Hi, Ron. In case you guys are not going to have a podcast next week with Christmas and all, I just wanted to give you guys a shout out and say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy whatever other holiday people celebrate. Anyway, this is Crazy Napua up in Spirit Lake, Idaho, and I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for doing the podcast, because it's been a wonderful break on my Tuesdays at work. So thank you so much for keeping it going. Love you guys both. Hope you have a great season, and catch you next time. Bye.
Love that.
Thank you, Napua. By the way, John's going to throw the phone number up right now. You can leave a message like Napua did.
Yeah.
All right. And our number one more time is, hold on, I got to get to it. 240-415-9090. 240-415-9090. Did you see the horrified face that Napua put on the comment?
Yeah, this
as
one.
We were playing it back. It's okay.
Oh,
are you kidding?
But she said she was fighting back tears there. Oh, now I'm fighting back. I'm getting all verklempt.
That was very sweet. That was very, very sweet. And nice. You mean the world to us.
We loved it.
Look, this has been a weird year of change. And I guess we wouldn't have any of this had the change not occurred.
True.
Think about that. So I'm trying to look back and look on the brighter side of things. Because it was a weird year of transition. And that's what we're going to do next week, which is going to be, we're going to look back on the year of what happened here. Oh, well, there's my Linus. My Linus has walked in, although he's not saying
nice.
Yeah. He's just okay. He's that's my Edward G. Robinson cat. Because he just sits in the hall and he goes, meh. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Jennifer said change is a blessing at times. Yes. As much as I hate it, I think it is necessary in order for me to grow. But I'm done being philosophical. As John said, I just want to echo what John says. Look, enjoy yourself. Reach out to somebody you haven't talked to in a long time. And even if you don't say the words, I forgive you, say it in your head. That's all you need. And move forward. Move forward, because, one of the best lines from Christmas Carol, and I was talking about this from Scrooge the Musical, is the Ghost of Christmas Present is yelling at Scrooge, and he says, "There's never enough time to do all the things that we would wish. The trick is to do as much as you can and the time that you have."
Correct.
Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you the last podcast of the year, and then we're gonna keep moving on and further in and further up and all of that stuff, and eventually we'll get some guests on here. I think they're busy for the holidays. All right. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, all. Yes. Love you all.
Love you, mean it. Bicycle.
Bye now.
They said there'll be snow at Christmas. They said there'll be peace on earth. But instead it just kept on raining.